Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome to Extra Gents. It's actually the first video I'm filming for the channel. Basically, the idea here is I'll be able to do more standalone reviews, more niche stuff, indie stuff, smaller designer stuff, fragrances that maybe don't get as much attention. I'm gonna cover those here. Because on the main channel, if I put out as much stuff as I wanted to, covering some of these fragrances, basically the YouTube algorithm, the majestic YouTube algorithm would smack me on the hand. You're not supposed to spam too many videos, I guess. Which makes sense. I mean, a lot of you guys on the main channel, you wouldn't care to see this stuff. So if you're here, that means you do care. I don't know. So today I want to take a look at a couple fragrances from Dunhill. It's from their signature collection, a Mongolian Cashmere, quite a name, and Nordic Fougere. Yeah, these two fragrances, they basically don't even exist. They're not on base notes. They're not on Fragrantica, not on Perfumo. They're nowhere. Not on Dunhill's website. Who did this? Which perfumers? I don't know, man. Could be you. I don't know. Could be me. Yeah, maybe I'm a secret perfumer moonlighting, releasing fragrances for Dunhill London. Yeah, I'm not, but I could be. So these fragrances here, they just popped up out of nowhere. They showed up on eBay. They showed up at discounters, Fragrance Net, Fragrance X, Fragrance Buy might have them too, I'm not sure. Going for about $70 US, seems like. That's around about what I paid for mine. Maybe you can find them a little bit less than that. Some places have them a little bit more than that. The Dunhill Signature Collection retails for, I think, $158, a really random price. You know, you'd think they'd hit you with an even $160, maybe bump it up to $200, something like that, but nah, $158. Yeah, really good number there. So the Signature Collection is kind of like Dunhill's, well, signature collection. It's like their private line, their higher end stuff, their nicer stuff. They come in these little bottles that look like the Icon bottles. Well, the top does, and then the bottom part is a nice thick glass, and then they got that nice colored juice on the inside. This one, Nordic Fougere, kind of looks like Listerine or like piss water from a urinal that has that blue, like hardcore blue tablet in there, maybe something like that. Or yeah, like those blue tablets that you throw into the toilet. It's kind of what it looks like. I know that's not what they're going for. They're going for Icy Fresh. But when I saw it, for some reason, because I have the mind of a child, it just automatically went to, oh, toilet water, or like I said, Listerine. And then Mongolian Cashmere is just a nice kind of caramel coloration. A little bit of a green tinge to it, but yeah, it looks okay. I'm getting sidetracked. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Dunhill Signature Collection, it's their higher end stuff, like I said. And they've got some really good fragrances in the line. I gotta tell you guys, some of them have really impressed me. They've got good quality, especially for the price you can pick them up for at discounters. I know that's not something Dunhill wants to hear, that you can get them marked off heavily at discounters, but for you and me, that's a good thing. So the quality at the price point that you can pick them up for is really good. The performance on a lot of them also really good. So they're a great, almost entry level private blend line, private line, signature line. I know that this is the signature collection, so I should just keep saying signature line, but a lot of these other houses, you know, we'll call it an exclusive line, private line, so whatever. It all means the same thing. So these two, they came out of nowhere. Where they come from, don't know. They just popped into existence, no announcements, no note breakdown, no perfumer, no nothing, just here they are. Enjoy, thank you, have a good day, get out of here. Now, go check out Gabe Words on Instagram. I know that it seems like it's coming out of left field. It's Gabe Oppenheim. He's the guy that wrote The Ghost Perfumer about Creed and all of their shenanigans. But on Instagram, he'll occasionally make a post and give some nitty gritty details about behind the scenes stuff and fragrances. He had a little post about these guys. So apparently Inter Parfum, they do the distribution for these guys. Yeah, distributed by Inter Parfums USA, it says on the bottom of the box. So apparently they and Dunhill had a little breakup, and most likely these basically just got dropped onto the market. Basically, they just said, well, we're breaking up, you know, Inter Parfum and Dunhill, and it was kind of an FU to an extent, is what it looks like, and they just dropped these out here, you know? So here they are, Signature Collection. just dropped on our heads out of nowhere. And also, I spoke to somebody. One of you guys hit me up, a former employee of Interparfum, specifically talking about Mont Blanc and Dunhill, like Mont Blanc, Individual Tonic, and Starwalker Extreme. Those came out of nowhere, just dropped on the market. Dunhill Desire Gold, same thing, just dropped on the market. These just dropped on the market. And that fellow said that Dunhill, for the most part, they don't even like the Desire line. Dunhill thinks the Desire line sucks, and they just kind of put it out there. They don't announce it. They don't really tie themselves to it all that much. You know, like Dior with Sauvage, they say, hey, this is Sauvage, this is Dior, this is us, all us. You know, they want that attention. With Dunhill, they're kind of slipping these Desire fragrances out there, and I guess these fragrances now, and they don't even make mention of it. Like they're embarrassed that they're putting this stuff out or something. It's a really weird kind of thing. Sorry guys, just talking your head off, but that's kind of what I want this channel to be, just kind of freeform casual stuff, if that makes any sense. So Mongolian Cashmere, this one of the two I think is better. This one is the one that I would actually say that you should check out at the price point. It's pretty good. It's not as much cashmere as you might expect, because that's the only note they're giving you on the front here. So you may be going into it thinking it's gonna be like this very, you know, modern, fuzzy, warm fragrance and may not have too much else going on, but it actually seems like there's a bit of iris in here. It comes across more of like a suede soft leather than it does an actual cashmere, because a lot of times for me personally, when I see cashmere, and especially in designer fragrances, I automatically think it's just gonna be kind of this, like I said, fuzzy, warm, white noise take on woods, you know, like a static, like to your nose, where you smell it and it tingles your nose. But this isn't that. It's pretty smooth, all things considered. It's warm. It's got a little touch of spiciness in there, a hint of sweetness. It smells really good, actually. The quality on it, like I said before with this line, really nice. At $70, I think it's a really solid buy. Gonna be more of a fall and wintertime fragrance. Got a nice little touch of class to it. Not too mature, but probably gonna appeal more to guys middle-aged and older. Younger guys probably won't go for that quite as much, but it's a good scent. I like it. Now, I touched on the bottle, how these look. How do you like that? That's good quality. But yeah, it looks like an Icon bottle. My cap here, obviously a little bit loose, but it's still good. The bottle looks good. The boxes on these look like a blown up Tom Ford private blend box. That's what they look like. They even have a very similar like diamond pattern around the box, and then the label a little bit reminiscent, and then they just sit right down in there. So it's pretty nice. It's a step up from their usual stuff. And then Nordic Fougere, the one that looks like Listerine. This one is not quite as nice for me. I was just checking to make sure I don't spray it on the wrong tester strip, because that would be an amateur move. So the blue coloration obviously here trying to convey the thoughts of the iciness of Norway, I guess. When I first sprayed this fragrance on, it actually reminded me of Norway, but in Epcot. Yeah, Disney World. So in case you're not familiar with Epcot for any reason, they have the World Showcase, which is a number of different countries, and each one is a Mickey-ized version, Mickey-ized, Disney-ized version of that country. And Norway is one of the countries there. And it does definitely have its own scent in Epcot. So like when you go into the stores in Norway and Epcot, it's got a certain scent like that they're pumping in there. It's just a very Disney thing. They pump scents all throughout the parks. They like subconsciously you smell. But it reminded me of that. And the biggest fragrance that they have in Norway, really the only one that they have in Norway there, is Gyrnes. And I did a video on the main Gents channel maybe like 2 years ago, maybe 3, I don't remember, where I was looking at fragrances around Epcot in Disney, and Gyrnes was actually in Epcot that day. So I met him and got to talk to him a little bit. And this reminded me of that because, again, they put Nordic on it, and then my mind went to Norway in Epcot, and then it went to Gyrnes. So that's what happened. Does it smell like Gyrnes? You know, at first I thought it did when I very first smelled this, but Not really, not too much. Gear Nest is more like floral forward and very fresh. This one is fresh as well, but the florals that are in this one come across a bit differently. It does have a touch of a throwback feel to it, like a throwback Fougere sort of Barbasol feel, but it would be like Barbasol if it was in a blue can. Yeah, like maybe they even do have that, I don't know. But it'd be like Barbasol shaving foam if it was in a blue can, a little bit like that. It has a touch of this like Axe shower gel kind of vibe to it, like blue Axe shower gel. If that were a thing, a little bit like that mixed together with a slight throwback Fougere style. Fougere. When I say Fougere though, don't take that to mean like powerhouse fragrances of the 80s. Powerhouse fragrances of yore or the 70s. It doesn't smell like that. It's kind of stripped down a little bit, you know, like a bit of a soapy kind of lavender in there. It's not really all that impressive. I think that of the Signature Collection, all the ones that I've smelled so far, that one is the one that I think is the most boring. It's the one that I think is not really worth the price. And it's not that the fragrance is bad per se. It's just, I think that it can't even stand up against some of the more mainstream Fougeres that you might be able to find on the market still, whether it's a fragrance that came out decades ago that they're still selling, or even a more modern take. I think Nordic Fougere is forgettable. It's not all that good. I don't care about it. It kind of sucks. Funny how that just keeps going downhill. At first, it's not that bad, and then you start talking about it more, and it kind of sucks. It is what it is, though. Nordic Fougere, $70. I don't think it's a good buy. I think you could spend that money other places and be a lot happier. So put that one out of your mind. Mongolian Cashmere, though, that one's worth checking out. That one's pretty solid. Little touch of powder in Mongolian Cashmere, but not too much. Sweetness is a little bit syrupy at times, kind of in the back. You know, it's like an aftertaste of syrup on the back of your tongue or something, only on the back of your nose. So some of the other Signature Collections I have are Amalfi Citrus, which I like a lot. It's a little bit bitter. It's green, citrusy. It's very classy though. Really nice fragrance for spring and summertime. My wife thought it was a little bit too bitter, but I think it's good. And then Agar Wood and Arabian Desert. These ones really pack a punch. Super strong fragrances, great for fall and winter. Quality on these, fantastic. And this one, the cap is really tight. This one, same as that one over there. So a little bit hit or miss on the caps, but still presentation's good. So yeah, guys, that's some of the fragrances here from Dunhill in the Signature Collection. I think that pretty much all these are worth checking out except Nordic Fougere. That one's pretty crappy. I think you don't need to mess with it. For around about $70, sometimes less. I've seen them going for as low as like $50, I think. But around $70, they're a great buy. If you can get them for $50, awesome buy. Really good at that point. So Dunhill is kind of in a mess right now. They're in a bit of a bad way. I guess their fragrances have not taken off as much as they wanted to. They're not really on the par. They're not on the level of some of the other big houses out there in the designer world. And now it's just kind of a big cluster F, where they have fragrances that are supposed to be their higher end scents just getting dumped on the market with no announcement whatsoever. Really unceremonious, not a great look, frankly. I mean, imagine if Dior had unannounced Privé line fragrances just getting dumped on the market at like a third of what they're supposed to go for. It would look really crappy, and that's what's happening with Dunhill. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce out of here. Thank you for hanging with me today. Hope you have an awesome day or evening, and I'll talk to you guys later. See you later.